Hi, everybody. Welcome back to CELPIP Live. How is everyone doing? If my fellow Indians are watching this now, happy Republic Day to you. You know, we always start the show with a trivia question, so here is one for you today. What is the name of Canada's passenger train service? This is easy, so I hope you get the answers right. Let me know the answer in the comments below. You can also share this image and your answer on Instagram with the hashtag CELPIPLive, and we may feature it on our feed. I will reveal the response at the end of our segment. For now, let's start our show. If you're new here, CELPIP Live is an interactive YouTube series made to help CELPIP test takers understand more about the CELPIP test. If you're about to write the test, please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as we go live. Occasionally, we also do episodes talking about Canada to ensure that immigrants are well aware of places in Canada before they make their decision. So in today's episode, we're exploring Canada's three most popular provinces: Ontario, British Columbia, and Alberta. As an immigrant myself, I base my decision of moving to BC on certain things like the weather, obviously, but also things like landscapes, greenery, hiking spots, etc. So we created this show to help make your decision a little bit easier as well. And if you like this episode, let us know, and we can talk about other provinces in the following episodes. Today we have invited Ian, who is from Ontario, and Neil, who is from Alberta, to join us for a trivia game today about Canadian provinces. If you're wondering who's going to talk about BC, don't worry, both Ian and Neil have been in BC for a while now, and even if he wasn't, Neil would probably know the answer anyway. Okay, let's start our show. So, like I said, we have two guests, Ian and Neil. Nice to meet you both. Ian, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for having me back on the show, Aswati.
This is true. Ian has joined us for fun episodes in the past. If you want to check that out, I will link it in the live chat. Welcome, Ian. And Neil as well. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you for having me back again.
Of course. You all already know Neil here. So I'm going to start the show now. We don't have many rules for this game. The person who answers first or lifts up an object first wins. And if you guys answer together, then we will have a tiebreaker question that may or may not be related to our topic today. So let's hope that doesn't happen. And if you do have the stage, I would love for you if you could share a few things that you personally know and love about Ontario, BC, and Alberta that our viewers might find helpful. Okay, are you guys ready?
Yes.
I'm just going to move here. Okay, perfect. So, first question. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to make sure that I get to see you guys lift up objects. Okay, first question. Which province is recognized as the world's first richest site of dinosaur bones?
Alberta?
Neil lifted his hand up, and I noticed that. So I'm gonna, sorry. Ian.
It's Alberta. Ian's right.
All right, I'm gonna give Neil the point. Okay.
I mean, Drumheller Provincial Park is a really famous site of a lot of dinosaur fossils. I think that's where Alberta gets its dinosaur claim to fame.
Have you visited it?
A few times, yeah. Especially when I was a kid, I was really into dinosaurs, like all kids.
Yes. What, Ian? Have you visited that place?
I have not been to Drumheller, but I've heard of it. And
Okay.
The Badlands.
Badlands?
Yeah, that's what it's referred to as.
Oh, nice. What is your favorite dinosaur, Neil?
I think I would go with Triceratops.
Oh, Triceratops is mine too.
Yeah.
The short one, but the strong one.
Exactly.
Ian, what about you?
Well, I guess I'd have to go with Albertosaurus, named after the province where it was found.
I love that. Okay. Next question. Are you ready with your objects? This province has the largest economy in Canada.
Ooh, I think I'm going to say Ontario.
You are correct. Ontario does have
Hey.
the largest economy in Canada, and we'll talk about a little bit more about Ontario in a little bit. But Neil, if you have to say something, do share it.
Yeah, I guess Ontario would probably be the largest economy because it's the most populous province. I think that probably makes sense. It's got
This
the
is
most people in it.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting that it's cold as hell, but people are still willing to go. So that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. This province has one of the largest tech hubs in North America. Ian.
Vancouver, British Columbia.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, the right answer is actually Ontario. It is. I can give you the more. I think Tanya can give you a more specific, like our moderator can give you a more specific location of the tech hub, but this is largest in North America, which is really cool because usually you'd expect it to be the United States, but it's Ontario. So techies who are watching, you know where to go.
Wow, interesting.
all
I
right.
know we have some Microsoft offices downtown here, and
Yes,
a lot of video production companies around.
We also have a new fancy Deloitte building that's coming up here, which is like cubes sticking out, and it's just getting constructed. So congratulations, Deloitte, I guess. Okay, next question. Which city has the highest cost of living in Canada?
City?
Mm-hmm. You can say province, but I guess city makes more sense. A little more information. This is according to the Mercer's 26th annual cost of living survey.
I think I would guess Vancouver. Sorry, Ian.
Ian, what's your guess?
My guess was also Vancouver.
Okay, Ian and Neil, you both are right. It is
Hey.
We'll split the
Vancouver
point.
Vancouver has the highest cost of living in Canada. This question took me a while to get the right answer because while BC may not be the high, like province-wise, BC still doesn't have the highest cost of living. Ontario does, but Vancouver has the highest. They say that even like unlike Ontario or Toronto, trying to buy a house in the suburbs is pretty expensive too. So that's my information. What do you guys think? Do you have anything you want to share about Vancouver?
I mean, anecdotally, that makes sense. Having lived in Vancouver, it's a pricey place.
It is a pricey place.
Yeah.
I haven't lived anywhere else, so I don't know.
Yeah, when I talk to people in Toronto, they say it's very expensive as well. I think Canada has a high concentration of people living in cities, and we don't have that many large cities compared with the US, where there are a lot more people spread out into smaller towns, and the cost of living is, I think a little bit lower by comparison.
This is true. It's really interesting how British Columbia has it. Like you said, it's a very small, concentrated population, but a lot of it in small areas, and we should start spreading soon. Okay, people are guessing.
Huddling together for warmth because it's so cold. It's like penguins.
Yes, like penguins. Okay. So thank you guys for joining us. We are getting a lot of comments in our live chat as well, and I'm really glad people are playing. Okay, next question for you guys and for those of you who are watching as well. Okay, which province has the best education system? Neil?
I think I would probably say, in a biased way, that it's Alberta.
You are correct.
Hey!
Wow. What is that based on?
I think it must be like maybe it's the ratio of graduation to attendance, maybe. I just know that Alberta has a really intensely focused school system, and then the post-secondary is really well attended as well. So there's lots of really popular colleges and universities.
This explains why Neil's winning right now. He's just so well informed.
Thanks to the Alberta education system.
Yeah, so if you guys who are moving here had children and you want them to have good education, not that, okay, so here's what I have to say to this. This was based on the PISA rankings from 2018, and Alberta won for reading. Alberta was the highest for reading, and science was also Alberta. But math was, I think, British Columbia. So it's not like it's not like we're duds in BC or in Ontario. It's just that in comparison, Alberta is better. So don't worry about it. Okay.
I feel disadvantaged in this contest now. I can't compete with Neil with his Alberta education.
Sorry, guys.
Ian, you get this one. You'll get this one. Okay. I don't know how to ask. Okay. What is no, never mind. The great horned owl is the official bird of which province? Ian.
Alberta?
It is Alberta.
Oh.
I told you. They're so cute. If you guys have a chance, Google it. They're adorable. They have they have horns, but they're made of feathers. It's very cute. Great horned owl. Great horned owl. Okay, next question. Neil, since you are from Alberta, have you seen it? Have you seen the bird?
I've never actually seen one. I've seen pictures of them, but I've never seen one in the wild. If I had to pick like a bird for Alberta, I'd say magpies, which are kind of like crows because they're everywhere. But no, I've never seen a great horned owl.
That's wonderful. They're real. I mean, not that you haven't seen it, but it's wonderful that you have so many birds. My grandmother loves birds, and she would be really happy. She really likes owls too. Ian, do you have a favorite bird?
A favorite bird? I do like owls. Have you ever seen them where their legs are extended? They actually have really long legs.
I have seen that, and
look up owl legs.
You need to Google this. People who are watching, you need to Google this because it's mind blowing. They have like legs, they have like calves and thighs. They have legged legs and knees, I guess. It's wild. I have never seen that. Good, thank you for bringing that up, Ian. I had never seen that before. I saw it.
Neil, you're going to love it. Owl
I'm going to love
legs.
it. All right, yeah. I can check it out.
Google it, guys. People who are watching as well. Okay. This is my favorite question in this trivia question. The Guinness Book of World Records for the longest beard on a living person is held by a man from which province?
I'm going to guess British Columbia.
Ian, you lifted your hands up.
Sorry.
Oh, I was also going to guess British Columbia, just because, I mean, look at Neil and I. Everyone has beards here. We come from a long line of lumberjacks.
It's the style. It's the style, guys.
Both of you are right. And since Ian picked his hand up, I'm going to give him the point. Because we are very diligently calculating points here. So Ian, you are correct. And Neil, you're also correct. That person is from British Columbia, and his name is Salman Singh. He is from Surrey, and I think his beard measures over 2.1 or 2.2 meters.
All right.
It's very impressive.
Yes, it's a living person, so he's still here. But there was one, I don't know the length of it, but the longest beard ever is from a person who is not alive. And they even measured his beard after his death. So
wow,
there's that difference. Okay. Sarvan Singh, which is pretty cool. You should Google this too, guys, if you're watching. It's amazing.
And your hair continues growing after you die, right?
This is what I hear.
I'm glad you said that. So you can see I cut my hair, and my mom is very, very protective of my hair. She does not like it when I do anything to it. I'm close to an age that I can't say, which is very obviously like way past adult, like way into adulthood, and I still don't have any control over my hair. But I did speak to, like I was trying to tell her that she thinks that the older we get, our hair stops growing, which is untrue. So thank you for bringing that up, Ian.
Yeah. Next time your mom complains about you cutting your hair, and just say, I can grow my hair when I'm dead, so don't worry, Mom. It's going to be okay.
It grows up to 2 weeks apparently after you die.
All right.
Okay, it's not a long time, but
Still.
2 weeks. It's really 2 weeks is. It's depending on where you are. 2 weeks is a long time. It's like if you have COVID, 2 weeks is a very long time.
It's true.
Okay. Which province has the largest number of vegetarians and vegans in Canada? Ian?
largest population by number or by percentage?
No, I mean which. Well, by by percentage. I think by percentage.
I'm going to say British Columbia.
And you would be right. British Columbia does have the largest number of vegetarians and vegans. It is a fact that I love because when I'm vegetarian. I mean, I eat the occasional seafood, but I prefer vegetarian food. And where I was before in America, in the United States of America, we had vegetarian options, but it doesn't go beyond salad. And so it was really nice to come here and see there's so many varieties. Like everything has a vegetarian option. It's just amazing. Are you guys vegetarian/vegans? No.
I eat everything.
Not at all.
Okay.
But I have traveled with people who are vegetarians, and I know it's challenging in a lot of places. BC definitely has a lot of good options. Canada generally has good vegetarian and vegan options.
Yeah, Canada has good food. I don't know why it's not more popular. I watch a lot of Netflix shows about cooking and chefs and these very emotional and introspective shows about chefs, but I don't see Canada there, and I really want to because we don't have that food. We have pretty good food, guys. Trust me.
It's true.
Yes, somebody is commenting that the issue with my hair is an Indian tradition, and you are correct. It is a very Indian tradition. But it's cool. I mean, I like it's good hair, guys. I understand where my mom is coming from because I get my hair from my grandma and it's thick and it's really shiny. So I would be upset too, but a girl's gotta live. It's really hard to manage long hair, so that's why. But Ian, you have really good hair too. I'm just noticing.
Oh, thanks. We're in quarantine. It's a chance to just not cut your hair and see what happens.
It's nice. I like that it's suiting you because that hairstyle, I've seen a lot of people carry that hairstyle because at one point it was very popular when I was growing up in India because we had an actor who did that, who had that hairstyle for a movie and it just took off. And it wasn't it was hard. It was a rough time. It wasn't suiting everybody, but it really suits you.
The fact that you're calling it a style is very generous. Thank you.
It is. I think it works well with you. If it's a little longer, we can match.
I'll work towards that.
Great. Okay. Next question. Who is Alberta named after?
Hey.
Yes, Neil.
I think it's a daughter of Queen Victoria.
It is. It's the fourth daughter of Queen Victoria. There
we go. Yeah. She had a lot of kids, so a lot of stuff gets named after her kids. And a lot of stuff gets named after her too, but yeah.
So this is, Ian, Prashant says that you look cool.
Thank you.
So that's that.
Thanks,
two verbal confirmations. Yes, Neil, this is a silly question, but is Victoria named after the Queen Victoria?
Sure is.
Okay, good to know. Do you know what Ontario is named after?
I have no idea.
I Googled this and I'm not sure, so please correct me. If any of you know it in the comments, just let me know. But I think Ontario means great in Native Indian language, so Native Canadian language. So I think that's where it comes from. That's where the name comes from.
Yeah, my guess was a First Nations term.
Sorry, can you go ahead?
That was my guess. It was a First Nations term.
Yes, it is a First Nations term, which is great. Okay, next question. Which province has the highest number of immigrants? And you get a bonus if you guess how many. Okay, let's do it one by one. Okay, Ian, go.
Ontario is my guess.
And you are right. Ontario does have the highest number of immigrants, but you can just give a ballpark assumption if you know how many.
I don't want to guess the number. I'll just embarrass myself.
Okay, no worries. Neil, do you want to take a stab at it?
I'm going to guess that it's in the millions.
It is in the millions.
All right.
The answer is 3 million, which is amazing, guys. Like it really warms my heart. The highest number. I mean, not that like I'm pretty sure like BC and Alberta and other places have immigrants too, and they're not going to be that much different. But it's really nice to know that there are 3 million immigrants and over in Ontario. I've also heard, I've never been, so Ian, you can tell me. I've also heard that there are a lot of really good cultural festivals. Have you witnessed any?
Yeah, that's definitely true. One that I really like, so I'm from London, Ontario, and there's a park downtown called Victoria Park, and they have the Sunfest every year, and musicians come from around the world and perform in the park for a long weekend every summer.
Oh.
And so growing up, it was great. I was always exposed to lots of different musical influences, and there would be food booths as well. So when you talk about Canadian food being interesting, one of the reasons for that is because so many different cultures immigrate, and then you get a mix of different style. It's like an international smorgasbord of food.
Yeah, it's really good to know because I've been to IKEA in different places. Like I've been to IKEA it's not a flex. I'm just letting you know. I've been to IKEA in UAE, I've been to IKEA in the US, and I've been to IKEA in Canada. And when I came to Canada, one of the menus in IKEA was butter chicken. And even though I don't eat it, it was just really nice to know that, oh, we have Indian food in IKEA, which was not there in the UAE or in the US. So it's good to know. I felt very welcome. Of course, Ian,
you can probably find better butter chicken than at IKEA.
Go ahead. Sorry, what were you saying?
I would recommend searching for butter chicken at a local Indian restaurant.
No, I know. I mean,
for anyone who's looking for butter chicken.
True.
As opposed to IKEA.
No, true. I'm not gonna.
I'm glad that you felt welcome, though. I'm glad.
I don't accept IKEA this because I like IKEA food, and I like. Okay, guys, there's this chocolate cake that IKEA does, which I love. It's the reason I like it. It's like obviously it's not gonna be like amazing bakery, but it's like really good. Like it's thick and there's lots of. They're trying to like cover the. They're trying to overcompensate by putting a lot of chocolate ganache on it, so I love it. It's so I didn't try the butter chicken, but we just landed and we were looking for furniture, and I saw butter chicken on the menu, and I was like, oh my god, this is perfect.
Don't worry, it's not an IKEA diss. I'm just promoting locally run restaurants by people from the culture. I think you might get some better butter chicken. That's all.
I believe you. There's also poutine. So if you guys are watching, poutine is a very popular Canadian dish, which is fries with gravy and cheese. And a lot of restaurants and bars have their own interpretation. And one of them is butter chicken fries, which I have heard is amazing. Have you guys tried it?
No, sounds great though.
It's really good.
Absolutely, yes. I've tried butter chicken on pretty well everything. Butter chicken pizza tastes great. Butter chicken poutine.
Wow.
And I could go on. You can just butter chicken's great.
Sounds great. Love it. Okay. British Columbia has a lot of legends. Oh, sorry. By the way, Ian, you're at 5, and Neil, you're at 4 for scores. British Columbia has a lot of legends of mythical monsters and hairy beasts. Which one of these is a famous BC monster? You have to pick from Sasquatch, Ogopogo, and Jackalope. Ian?
Ogopogo.
Great. What is Ogopogo?
So Ogopogo is similar to the Loch Ness Monster, is the way I would describe it.
Oh.
Loch Ness Monster being the famous serpentine creature from a lake in Scotland. And Ogopogo is, I think, somewhat similar looking. I haven't actually seen Ogopogo myself, but according to artists' representations that I've seen, I would say Loch Ness Monster is probably the closest relative that people would be familiar with.
And which, I'm sorry if you already mentioned this, but which water body is it supposed to be in?
Is Lake Ogopoco a place?
I don't know. I'm gonna let's
Maybe-
get a confirmation from
Maybe
Amanda.
Lake Kelowna.
Lake Kahuna. Okay.
No, Kelowna.
Oh, Kelowna. Sorry,
Mhm.
I didn't hear you. Okay, guys. Sorry, I don't know which lake it is if you wanted to visit, but we'll give you a confirmation shortly.
Okanagan Lake.
Okanagan Lake. There we
Yeah,
go. That's where Kelowna is.
Okay.
yeah. I was.
Sorry.
I've seen a lot of art around that area representing Ogopogo.
Is it? So I know that. So now that you say that Ogopogo is from BC, that's great. But what about? So are Jackalope and Sasquatch? Are they also from Canada?
I think
Is
they're
that-
North American in general, right? The
Oh.
Sasquatch can be anywhere at any time.
Oh, that's right. They're not bound by border rules. I agree.
No.
Good to know. Okay. That's great. Which city has 27 view corridors which are protected by restrictions on the number of tall buildings that can be built? Go for it, Neil.
I'm gonna say Vancouver.
Yes. Do you know
'Cause,
why?
I think it's to preserve the view of either the mountains or the ocean, right? So if you have an ocean view, someone can't build a great big condo tower in front of your view or something, or they want to preserve everyone's ability to see the mountains or the ocean from their relative property, I think.
You are correct, and it's worth it because it's amazing. That's the first thing I saw when I was driving down to where I live, and it's so beautiful. Especially now in the winter, you can see the mountain. You can see it's snow capped, and it's gorgeous. Okay, congratulations, Neil, for getting that right. Oh, another favorite question of mine. According to Marvel Comics, one of these characters was born in which province? What character was it as well? What character in which province? Yes, go for it, Ian.
The character is Wolverine, and he was born in Alberta, according to the Marvel Comics.
That is correct. It is Wolverine, and you are right. You got it right on both counts. He was born in Cold Lake, Alberta.
All right.
Neil, who's your favorite Marvel comic character?
Yeah, probably Wolverine, I think. Fellow Alberta.
Isn't Deadpool, even though, like, isn't Deadpool also from Canada?
I think so, yeah. They're all the weird ones come up from up north. Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is from.
Ryan Reynolds is certainly from Canada, yeah.
Played Deadpool.
Yeah, he's also from Vancouver, I think. His Instagram handle is Van City.
Oh. Yeah, he's from Kitsilano, I think.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I've never had a celebrity be from the same place that I was living in. Ian, who was your favorite character?
I also really liked Wolverine growing up, and maybe it was because he was Canadian, so I felt, a connection in that way, even though I wasn't from Alberta.
That's amazing. And it's very cute. We didn't have we even had superheroes in India, but we just didn't have them grow up, be part of Marvel or DC. And so I didn't have a lot of options to choose from, but my favorite character is Batman, and I am a DC fan.
All right.
I don't want to fight with you, but I prefer DC2.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Okay. Congratulations for getting it right. I'll give you your score in a little bit. Next question, which province goes the farthest south? Neil.
I'm going to say Ontario.
You are correct. Southernmost tip is Point Pelee or Pelee
Right.
National Park.
I think that I read a statistic somewhere that the majority of Canadians live below the 49th parallel, which is the border for most of the US-Canada border, but because that region in Ontario, in the Peel region, is below the 49th parallel, most Canadians live in that little chunk of land.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Well,
there are a lot of places I need to travel, and I can't wait to. Soon, once we get vaccinations. Okay, somebody said that Ontario means Great Lake. So thank you for that correction. I appreciate it.
all right. Thank you, Prashant.
Okay. So this is another thing that is very useful for people who are watching, especially if you're deciding where you want to go. Which sector of Ontario's economy accounted for more than 60% of its GDP? So you have to tell me the sector, not the province. So
Which sector?
Which sector of Ontario's economy accounted for more than 60% of its GDP? Okay. No problem. The answer is services. And I agree, this is not a very... Ian, did you know the answer?
I don't know. I think I lost connection just as the question came out there.
It's okay, I didn't know either.
The answer is services. It's a services industry.
Ooh.
Ontario's economy that brings in 60% of its GDP, which is great. If you're in the services industry, you know where to go. Some people are commenting banking and construction.
I think banking would be in services, right?
Yes, I was just going to say that banking would be in services. So you're right again, Prashant. You're killing it today.
Prashant.
So somebody said construction, and I don't think it's far behind. It's just that services is just that popular. Okay, next question. The longest street in the world is located in what province, and what is the name of the street? Go, Ian.
It's in Ontario.
Yes.
And I believe it's Dundas Street.
Can you repeat that one more time?
Dundas?
It's Yonge Street.
Oh, it's Yonge Street. Oh, you're so close, Ian.
Yeah, that was my second guess.
All right.
Okay, we'll give you the point.
Yeah, same ballpark.
It's Yonge Street. You were in the province, so that's fine. And the street is in Toronto. Have any of you visited? People who are watching as well, but Ian and Neil, have you visited this street?
Yes.
You have visited the street, right?
Yes, I've been to Yonge Street.
That's great to know. The only street that I've been to that is shareworthy is this street that I went to in California, which has chewing gum stuck on it. So it's just a street with gum on either sides of the walls, and a lot of gum.
Ooh.
It's Mm-hmm.
Nice.
All right.
Is that
Sorry, go ahead.
so people just go and stick their gum there as a thing to do?
Yes, they do. I didn't do it, and I wasn't sure if I was going to take pictures near it, but I did. But it's a very popular street, and it's a very Instagrammable location as well. Okay, next question. And this is our last question before we have a bonus question. Which province has the world's first UFO landing pad?
Hey.
Go for it, Neil.
It's Alberta.
Woohoo!
St. Paul, Alberta, I believe, is where the landing pad is.
Yes, you are correct. St. Paul.
There's like an Albertan tradition where these small towns would build weird kind of like tourist attractions. So in St. Paul, there's a landing pad. In a town called Mundare, there's a giant pierogi, I think. In Vegreville, there's a giant Easter egg. In Vulcan, there's a giant replica of the USS Enterprise from Star Trek.
Oh.
Like, Alberta loves monuments like this. In Edmonton, there's a giant baseball bat. It's terrible.
We have, doesn't Vancouver have a giant hockey stick?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, it's like the front of a building. So it like stretches out into the air.
Yeah.
It's attached to the top of the building. That's great. That's good to know. But also, it was in 1967. I can't believe there weren't UFO landing pads before that.
I mean, I think it was to celebrate the centennial. They built it for the 100-year birthday of Canadian Confederacy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. They built a UFO landing pad. Okay. Sounds good.
Tanya verifies. That's correct.
I know my Alberta monuments. I've been around.
Yeah.
There's not a lot, like we get starved for things to do in Alberta, so we build weird large items.
I think that's reasonable. After 100 years, you think, you know what? The aliens are probably taking notice now.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before they come to see what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, Alberta has anything quirky. I went to Gum Street, so I would love to visit like things like this. I really enjoy it. So thank you for sharing.
Have you seen images of the giant nickel that's in, I believe, Sudbury, Ontario?
No.
It's just a giant Canadian coin monument.
Wow. I hope you guys are Googling this because I know what I'm doing next. That sounds amazing. Like I said, I have a lot of places to visit, and these giant things are going to be my first. Sorry, I'm getting comments here, and Prashant says that he'll be answering our questions standing on the Yonge Street of Ontario one day. I wish you all the luck, and I hope you do join us.
Very cool.
Okay, so last question. Where was the first CELPIP test administered? Okay, Ian, go for it.
I would have to guess Vancouver, British Columbia.
You are correct. It is Vancouver, British Columbia, whereas we started as a subsidiary of University of British Columbia, so we had our first test here. Neil, do you want to talk about a little bit of the history of Paragon? Yeah,
so the CELPIP test was originally developed at the University of British Columbia as an English proficiency test for citizenship purposes. And I think the first CELPIP offices were in the basement of the education building at UBC. And I think there was maybe 6 or 7 people worked for the company at that time. So we've come a long way in a few years.
Wow, that's good to know. In the comments, Hitesh is asking, which city are you guys from? We're all from Vancouver at this moment, but Ian was born in Ontario, am I right?
That's right, yeah. So I've lived in Vancouver for about 9 years now, but I am originally from London, Ontario.
Oh, when I was just starting here, a lot of people, since I work with marketing, a lot of test takers would tell me they're from London, and I didn't know that there was a London, Ontario, so I was under the assumption that, we have a testing center in London. It lasted a few seconds, and I quickly caught on, but it's interesting that there is a place called London, Ontario.
There's also a Paris, Ontario.
Oh, nice.
Most of the places, I would say, are just copied from, Europe.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. And Neil is from Alberta.
Edmonton, Alberta.
So there you go. So that was our last question, guys. And as it stands, I think, Ian, you have won today.
Hey, congratulations.
Thanks, Neil. I think Neil let me have some of those to be nice.
No.
I think knowing and playing multiple trivia games with Neil, that you should take the win.
Yeah, take that win. It's all you.
I'll take it. Thank you.
It's you, and you're 9 and Neela 7. Okay, thank you guys for joining our game, and I hope this guys who are watching, if you want to know about more provinces, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, Ian, and thank you, Neil.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. We'll see you a little bit later today. Okay, so that was our game, and thank you so much for participating and joining with us. And even though it's a fun time game, fun time trivia episode, I am hoping that you had some information about provinces and it's a little easier for you to make decisions. So for those of you who joined us new, I had a trivia question before I started the show. What is the name of Canada's passenger train service? So if you haven't already answered, please do. I'll give you like a second to answer it. Okay. So I just went back to see our comments to see if anybody had answered it, and Hassan has answered it, and he said it's via rail or via rail, which is the correct answer. So congratulations, Hassan. Anyway, oh, there you go. It's on your screen. It's on the screen. Okay. So thank you for joining us and subscribing to our channel. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with anybody else you think might find it useful. If you had any questions that we couldn't get answered today, please comment below or send us an email at communications@paragontesting.ca and we will address it. You can also suggest topics you would like to see in our show, anything you'd like to learn about the test, anything you'd like to learn about Canada, or anything that you'd like to know in general about some provinces. Like I said, if you want to know more about a specific province that we didn't cover today, we were planning to have it on future episodes, but it would be great to know if you have any specific province. Lastly, please connect with us through any of our social media channels. All updates will be posted there first. Anything to do with discount sales are all posted on social media first. So please do consider following us and connecting with us on there. But until next episode, please take care and stay safe. Bye.